Oh my god! Things are heating up. Fishes are released. New beasts are created. And also, new track is made. Launch sections. Big freaking drops. And all that good stuff. Well, holy shit. In this episode, we're gonna be building lots of coaster track. We're gonna be building a mushroom forest. An epic underwater base. As well as a new beast. The Reaper Leviathan. What is that sound that I keep hearing? Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing. Let's continue. So yeah, we'll also be making a big launch section. And yeah, it's gonna be epic. Can't wait to show you guys. Let's dive in. Gosh, you really need to brush your teeth. Yeah, no, don't argue with me. Just go and brush your teeth. Jeez. Oh, I can smell what you had yesterday for breakfast. Before we even start, I'd like to apologize. I'm in a funny mood today. I'm about to leave on my holiday, so there will be lots of stupid jokes. And yeah. Alright, let's get to it. First thing I did was place down some rocks. Why do I keep place down some rocks and incorporated the coaster a little bit with exit with the queue as well. So yeah, place down some rocks and this is what it looks like. I then redid some of the queue, well, the pathing outside, because I wanted to give the queue a little bit of a different shape. Instead of having a straight line, I wanted there to be a little bit of a difference. And then I also placed down some rocky walls to blend the terrain in a little bit better with the pathing that surrounds the blueprint. And then I also built an entrance sign. Because the blueprint name, Subnautic, was on the left side, I wanted there to be clear where the entrance of the queue is. That's why I put the sign there. This is what it looks like for now. I then did a truckload of rock work. Sorry about that. So yeah, placed down lots of rocks, surrounded this nice little area, but then I came up with a cool idea. But before I can talk about that idea, I have to show you first what it looks like after having done the rock work. So here we go, here it comes. This is what it looks like. A big part of the game is building an underwater base as well. So you can't just have a moon pool. We've already built the living quarters in the previous episode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. But we also need, besides the living quarters, some storage rooms. And I thought, how cool would it be if I can have my guests walk through these corridors? So I decided to build a little food court kind of thingy. And then have pathing, the way that I always incorporate pathing in my blueprints. Have it go through these corridors so that there's guest interactions with the ride as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I started. But to get there, I needed to build a bridge first. And that's what I'm working on here. So just getting it incorporated with the diving room in the moon pool. And then having a little gateway that leads to a different section of the base. So yeah, this is what it looks like for now. So here you can see it. You enter the gateway through here. And then you walk along this bridge to a new living quarters. Or a new section of the base. So first I'm laying out the foundation of this section of the base. And I wanted to install a sushi shop in there. It will be just so funny to go sushi shopping for the guests to buy different types of Subnautica fish chopped up. You know, beaver face or bone shark scales. How nice. So yeah, placing down the basic structure of the base section here. And then also working on the pathing and bringing the pathing up there so that it's accessible by guests. The next thing I did, placing down lots of walls and bringing the whole thing together. Also, I really wanted to install some windows, but it was a little bit of a pain getting this bridge to also line up with the base, as well as getting these windows in. But it worked out well. Sometimes you just have to offset the pieces by placing them down and then disconnecting them from the blueprint so you can move them individually. I highly recommend doing that when you work with complex structures. This is not too complex, but because the bridge was already there, it got a bit complex. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. After that, I had to delete the bridge again because it was way too small for my pathing. So place down some of the pathing so that this is all accessible for the guests. And then I rebuilt the bridge using the base pieces. Then obviously place down some windows inside as well to make sure that guests can look out and see the fishes and the coaster shooting by. Phew! I then placed down the sushi shop, which I will later theme in a different episode, because I had so many other things to build. I also placed down some walls to give it some height so I can decorate it inside better later on. Put down these smooth corners, and then also put down the roof. Build the roof bit by bit, and that's why you get such a satisfying snap build, such as this one. Then it was time to install some pipes. Big pipes, small pipes, little pipes, giant pipes, tiny pipes, all sorts of pipes. So yeah, pipes, pipe city, pipes everywhere, and some wall, roof decoration. I don't know what I'm on about. Yeah, here's the snap build. Then I had to redo some of the pathing so that it aligns better with an entrance that I was working on. I then put up some of the walls and started working on the roof and some decoration of this enter building. I don't know what it's called. A pre-building entrance? A prentrance? Ugh. I can see everything. If you use the dirt decals or the moss decals and you put them on the roofs as well as with some of those barnacles, you can really bring the building together with the terrain. That's what I'm doing here. First I'm building a nice building, then I'm covering it with crap. It just blends in with the rest of the crap. So yeah, after covering it with crap and barnacles, this is what it looks like. Oh yeah, I also placed down some support so that it doesn't look like these bridges are just floating. So yeah, such realism. Now a really cool feature of these multiverse coasters are the use of seesaws and rotation tables and a drop track, which we've already have installed. But once you, the end of episode 2, I stopped my coaster there. Now all it's done, it made a right hand turn and then onto the seesaw. I've got a really cool idea of something that I want to make that will be my main event of the coaster. So we're gonna have to build a really big animatronic at some point. You'll see that soon. But yeah, I installed the seesaw and I surrounded it by, I wanted this to be an indoor thing, looking out through a window. And this is kind of the base design that I came up with. The idea was to make a really big sea monster appear in front of this glass while you're on the seesaw. So yeah, this is the base layout. Get it? The base layout? Oh, never mind. First thing I did was I took the glass window and used this as an example of how big I could make my animatronic. And here I'm going to start making the Reaper Leviathan. Here is a picture of the Reaper Leviathan. It's a bit big, crappy sea monster that if you're in the game and you are in your sea moth, it will attack you, guaranteed, 100%. It loves eating sea moths. So I might have to install some crashed sea moths nearby, just to give you an idea of the damage that it does. Anyway, so here I'm building on the head of the Reaper Leviathan, and then I had to build this. Yeah, it really is. It has this on his face. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all thinking the same. Anyway, then I put this rod up his chin. It's almost like the Crimson Chin. I don't know if you know what the Crimson Chin is, but now he looks like the Crimson Chin. I'm trying to make the base layout of the mouth here. And I'm gonna obviously attach it to animation pieces so that it can open its mouth. But yeah, this is kind of the basic model of the face. Then I fine-tuned the face a little bit and gave him some teeth. So he looks a little bit more scary. Now he just looks like a, I don't know, a gnome? Then I also gave him some scary tentacles. Then I was going to animate the little grabbers in the game. If you go up to it, these hooks that he has on his face, he grabs the sea moth with it and then swims around, and then your sea moth gets damaged. So I'm using the quarter chop here, or quarter oscillate, and I've attached the grab hooks, I guess, paws? I don't bloody know. Paws. Oh, it's not a dog. So yeah, I attached them to the animation pieces, and then here you go. This is the animation for now. I've put the animation on a horizontal moving piece, and this is how I wanted to approach the coaster. That's kind of the idea. But we'll obviously change it a little bit and fine tune it. But first, got some more coaster building to do. Let's go! Because the way the animation was placed now, I had to redo some of the track from the first launch, where you get launched, and then you come up, and then you kind of like loop over to the left to then go into that cave where the fish come away. So yeah, I just redid some of that. And then I also built a little bit on the section after the seesaw, and I wanted there to be a secondary launch, and this direction, this way, you're gonna get launched straight at the moon pool. Then I changed part of the coaster layout again from the first launch, and now you're just doing the same movement as before, but just a little bit longer, because what I had before had extremely high G-forces. Then I jumped back to the sea monster, because I still had to animate the jaw. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm animating the mouth, making sure that you can open it. And then something funny happened. Oh, I forgot to attach the jaw to the bloody creature. Look at this overbite. I then programmed the whole thing. As you can see, it looked quite complex, so I had to name all the animation pieces. But it's going to turn even more complex later on. But you're gonna have to stick around and see what I do to this thing. I can hear you think, "Look, You haven't done any building for ages. Only been making this stupid creature. Show us some building. Okay. Here, I built a little bit of this really awkward looking structure. That was going to be the base where the sea monster was gonna approach the underwater base while you're on the seesaw. It was very awkward working with these weird angles, but it worked out pretty well. I really don't have a whole lot to say to all of this. All it is just putting down roofs and walls and saying that I found it frustrating to work with this annoying shape. But it looked really well. Nice, I mean. Yeah. Obviously, because you are underwater and you're entering a base, the whole base will just float. So I had to make a decompression chamber where all the water gets sucked out as you enter the base. So that's what I'm doing here. I call this my pre-base base, I guess. It pretty much just has a pump inside, so the door opened, the car enters, then the door closes, all the water gets pumped out so that it's dry, and then you can enter the base. So I'm building that here, and this is the first section. Oh my god, Book! That was by far the best snap build! Thank you. And then simply put the roof on. Exciting, isn't it? And then finish the roof of this pre-section. And then I chucked in an automated door. And then I have a hold section right after the entrance. This way you can have a delay. So I put it on 10 seconds. That's 6. But put it on 10 later. So that it holds the car for 10 seconds. And then it allows the chamber to be sucked out with water. Or I don't know how to say that. And then I'm putting a big vault door in. Which then opens again. So that you can go to the main event. Now I needed to simulate water coming out of the room or being sucked out. So I'm using waterfalls and water sprouts. And if you time and trigger them properly, it looks decent. I didn't know any other way on how to do that. I could bring a water block downwards, but it was really hard to animate using the shape of the room. So I'm just using waterfalls instead. After some programming, this is what the whole sequence looks like. Oh, you gotta wait a little bit before I show you this. I saw a video of Taggy3D who made an animation of a dinosaur. And I looked at this and he explained that if you use quarter oscillate and you use 2 of them and then you offset them against each other, you can create more natural animations. I applied this technique to my Reaper Leviathan and it made it look so much better. So yeah, Taggy3D, thank you so much. Honestly, your work is incredible. You're a pioneer. So yeah, thank you so much. Link to his channel is down below. And here is an updated version of the Reaper Leviathan. Obviously it needed a lot more work, but that's all for next time. I then applied some big cracks to the window, because I thought it would look so cool And I've tried around and played around with different ways of how I can make the cracks appear, but I could not get it to work without it looking silly. So I thought I made a pre-cracked window. And then I also changed the way that the Leviathan approaches the window. Instead of swimming towards it, which takes up a lot of space, and it's gonna take me so much time to hide the Leviathan from the rest of the ride, I made it come upwards from down below. So yeah, it looks a little bit cooler, but I'm gonna have to build a little bit of a body, so that it doesn't look just a weird head approaching. So yeah. I also gave it a roar and put some water sprouts in the walls. I really wanted this Reaper Leviathan to be hidden from the whole ride until you're in this base. So I had to go and come up with a way on how to cover it. And then I thought, I haven't used my mushroom trees yet. From the mushroom forest biome from the game. So I thought I'll turn this back section, now that I've cleared up a lot of room, into the mushroom tree or mushroom forest biome. You'll see me later putting all of this stuff down. But for now, I'm just playing around with some rock work. I then started working on the mushroom forest. So this means placing down some of those mushroom trees that I made. And also I really wanted to make these jelly rays that I made swim around in this area. I still have to do this. I don't get up to it on this episode, but in the next episode we'll definitely go and do that. And make these jelly rays swim around in this area. But yeah, here are some mushroom trees. Now that we have the secondary launch after the main event and the encounter with the Reaper Leviathan, it's being launched at the moon pool, and then you're going to make a right hand turn, and then you go all the way up to the top of a mushroom tree. Then the next day, when I opened the game, I had a cool idea and have it go a little bit in like the treetops, I guess, of mushroom trees. And then I really wanted the coaster down below to be also engulfed in terrain and mushroom tree. So I'm making the coaster go from tree to tree and then drop all the way to the bottom of the floor, and then make a twist around some more mushroom trees and then come back up to the side. Here's a couple seconds of high-speed coaster building. And this is what we have so far. As you see me build on this channel, I take the positioning of every single mushroom and every single piece very serious. So I spent some time on re-angling some of these mushrooms on the tree, so that it feels like it's more integrated with the roller coaster. So for instance, if you approach a tree, it's not that you're far away from it, but that it's purposely designed for it to be a near miss or something like that. So that's what I've spent some time doing. Yeah, it makes the experience so much better. Also place down some rocks for a change. I then did something that has never been done ever on this channel. I placed down some rocks. Now after covering up this Reaper Leviathan and finally making him disappear from sight, I ended up working a little bit on the exit from the base. Because currently it's just an open hole and I wanted there to be some kind of animation or a door that opens up. So I installed an animation piece and started building from that. I wanted it to be a hatch that opens upwards and not going down or sideways or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I made. Not very exciting, not very detailed, but for now it will do. I only have about 1500 pieces left and I'm starting to get worried about bringing the whole thing together as detailed as I've done so far. So I'm needing to continue move forward and theme and detail later on, depending on how many pieces I have. This ended up being the animation of the door. Now last but not least, I blended the base in with the environment by placing down some rocks on the top, but also placing down some moss and adding in a variety of aquatic themed pieces to the base, such as this big hedge, but also this massive thing on the top and some more pipes. Small pipes, little pipes, giant pipes, tiny pipes, all sorts of pipes. Oh my god, look at this. Isn't it just pretty? I think it's pretty. What do you think? Let me know down below. This is pretty much a representation of the mushroom forest from the game. But anyway, we are here to talk about what we've made so far. I mean, look, the composition is really getting there. You've got some tall features in the back. You've got some more expansion here on the left. A cool looking base. I'll probably have to upgrade the mool pool a little bit. Apply some of these pipes and shit on top. Sorry. Changed a little bit of the entrance here. So let's just talk about the thing. It's becoming quite a decent sized blueprint, but if I just quickly check the piece count, the rocks, I mean, obviously the rocks are still need to be polished a lot. They're not looking very pretty. It's very flat. It's like stacked pancakes. I like pancakes. We've got 2,911 pieces and we almost have finished the coaster. So we're up here in the next episode. We're gonna be finishing the coaster, probably finishing the blueprint, and I'll show you the end result. So we built this whole big base here on the ground. You know what's in there, but we'll check it out on the POV. We built this section here, and we've built a pathing that goes through here. And then we're gonna have a sushi shop. Haha, funny, because we're underwater, get it? So I'm gonna be putting some of these fishes that I've made here. These fishes. They'll be, I'll chop them up into pieces or something. I put them onto a plate above here, and then you can pick your sushi, like jelly ray sushi, or bone shark sushi, or peeper sushi. And then we've got this like bridge here. This is all pathing. Guests can walk here. Then you come out here. So obviously I've got to finish the pathing. That's gonna wrap around at some point. Maybe go up and over here or something, and then back down. But we'll make it integrate really nicely. Expand this base a little bit here. Probably build something on top of here, because this is supposed to be turning into a cave. Then we've got the cool base here. And yeah, I'm just super stoked, super happy with the results so far. Let's walk the queue, chuck on the right, have a little cruise, and then I'll let you guys go so you can check out one of my other videos, or go to the toilet, or go back to work, or feed the kids, or make dinner, or whatever you fancy. So yeah, got lots of animations going, little peepers swimming around. Little gas mask pot. We still have to theme all of this. There's still lots and lots of stuff to do. So I've got a little fish here that is I don't know, it's having a seizure. There we go down here. Got a rock through the wall. Very nice. Gonna have to remove that a little bit. Go up here. Come out here. Now make a left hand. Then obviously we need to theme some of this stuff. But that's all a job for the next episode or the episode after. Maybe I'll make a 5 episode blueprint. That'll be cool. Also, we made this little bridge here. You can go through, and here you've got a little hangout. I'll turn this into a nice living quarters or something like that. but it is accessible and it's all functional, which is I like that sort of stuff in my build. So yeah, let's jump on Seamoth 1 and check out the blueprint so far. Let's actually pop in seed 2. Right? Obviously we need to chuck some music in here and stuff. Fine tune some of these animations. But I'm pretty happy with how it is. These mushroom trees are really cool when you like brush over them. I have to install some lights as well, because some of these things you can't really see very well. And this is just really cool. Polish all of that. Here we go, into the base. You won't probably see a whole lot. Oh, this is a decompressing chamber, so it sucks up all the water. You won't see a lot in here because I haven't done the lighting yet. But you might see a little bit. Maybe I'll just turn the light on. So you're rocking up and down, and there it is. And I need to give it a body because it's looking a bit silly at the moment. I'm really liking this layout. And there we go. Lol. Yeah, the layout I'm really liking so far. But I'm enjoying the mushroom forest a lot. And we're gonna have this jelly ray swim around, which is gonna be nice. Probably put down a couple more mushroom trees, maybe even one on top of here. Have like a huge one. I don't know. Let's have a think about it. So yeah, this is kind of what we have so far. Obviously still lots to do, a lot of polishing to do, lights, special effects, fine tuning of triggers. This beast needs to get a body, but that shouldn't be too hard. Normally it's like really long, but obviously I wanted it to be fully dark, and because there's no daylight. Wait, is there? Wait. Do we have a day and night sequencer? No. So I'm gonna have to make everything dark. Can this... No. Right, we're gonna have to... yeah, we're gonna have to improvise with this beast. How to give it a body. Because currently it's just a head floating around. So yeah, we're gonna animate this jelly ray swimming around here. You can see the coaster exiting the station. Fine tune some of this. This is really cool. Oh crap. Where you go up here and then you come down. And then you like nearly miss. And then you dive into the thingy. Yeah. Very nice. So this is it. This is the episode. By the time you're watching this, I am on holiday, which is very nice. I'll be in Europe, but I also might already be back. I'm going away for a couple of weeks. All the episodes that you've seen in the past, they're all pre-recorded. So I didn't want you guys to run out of videos to watch. But I'll be back. There will be a video a week, as I've always done and as I've promised. So thank you all so much for watching. And with this, look at this cool view. Ooh, blood crawler. Yeah, with this, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Whee!